Here's some more helpful 304 advice when it comes to clients, okay? If the booking isn't scheduled within about like 8 messages or less or whatever, they're probably playing games. They shouldn't have any extra questions to ask. In my opinion, if they're asking if you do anything extra or whatever, or if they're trying to get at that, it should automatically be a no, because if they do that, they're probably doing that with everyone else. You know what I'm saying? There's no way to truly be sure or tell. Even if they have paperwork, what is the odds that they got tested and then didn't do anything at all until they came to you? Like, what are the freaking odds? Like, you know what I'm saying? It just sounds crazy. So they're testing the waters there. Sometimes like, oh, I don't even want to book if you don't do that. Okay, like I'm on these male forums and stuff, right? They're like, oh, I could understand doing that, but not doing all the way without it. And I'm sitting here just like, what do you mean? The same stuff you can get up here, you can get down there too. I've already told you, they do communicate with each other. So if they see that you do this service for somebody else, they're probably going to run around and tell the others, like, hey, she do it or whatever. If everyone starts asking her for it and we start lowballing her, she's going to go ahead and start lowering her rates. They do this all the time. They'll post one girl and be like, oh, anyone had her, or, oh, she thinks that she's got golden cookies or whatever. You know what I mean? Like she's got golden Oreo cookies. So boom, they're going to start saying stuff like that. When they say stuff like that, they're going to be like, let's try to humble her or whatever. Like, they have this new thing where they're like, oh, no one do deposits, don't do deposits. Always get a deposit, because you got to get your hair, make it ready, you got to drive to them, or you got to sit there in that hotel and wait for them to come to you. If you sit there in that hotel and wait for them to come to you, they're taking a 20-minute drive. You could have been out on and out. You could have been out freestyling. You could have been taking some content, you could have been doing anything else. But no, you're waiting for this person. And of course, they're going to say traffic or something happened. They made it stop or whatever, as if your time doesn't matter. So then what I do is I'm like, okay, cool. We start the session or whatever, right? They got about 5 minutes left of their session. They go, oh, what happened? Time's up. Yeah. You spent all your time. Like you had me sitting here wasting my time. So now you don't get any time. Now they're all upset. And so that's why you just don't even risk it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't even risk it with them. If you have a deposit from them, I guarantee you 99% of the time, they'll follow through.
Fellas, please stop sending deposits. Fellas, please stop sending deposits. I don't know who are these guys that sending deposits, but y'all are making it bad for everybody. I don't know who the guys are. I would love to see them so I can smack them. But y'all are making it bad for every guy. First of all, most of the time, deposits are scams. Not all the time, but most of the times, deposits are scams. They will take your money, and after you send the money, they will ghost you. And you haven't even smelled the cookie. As she says, you haven't even touched the cookie. As she said, you haven't even saw the cookie. Besides what she posts online, as she says. Please stop. Please, fellas. Y'all are messing the game up. Y'all are messing the game up for everybody. Most of the times, not all the time, but most of the times, sending deposit first, but just by talking to her on the phone is such a desperate move. You sending her money, free money, you don't, just taking a risk, taking a chance, taking a gamble, and you don't even know if she's going to scam you or not. And most of the times, not all the time, most of the times, they scam you. You've been sent whatever they require for a deposit. It can be 25, it can be 30, 40, 100, whatever. Each girl's price is different. Y'all send the deposit, then y'all stupid behinds get scammed. I know what you're thinking. Did it ever happen to me? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, y'all. Y'all know I'm as transparent as I want y'all to be. I don't send it a lot. Out my time frame, I think of doing this, I think I probably sent 3 to maybe 4 ever in my entire life, and each time it was a scam. Each time, and you feel so dumb, you feel so stupid. There's nothing you can do besides suck it up. Oh, that's chump change. I'd have spent that on a candy bar. I'd have spent that on a soda. I'd have spent that on fast food, food. If you chunk it up to, oh, I'm not worried about that chump change. I'd have spent that on way or something else, way less. Then you kind of make yourself feel good, about not being scammed out of chump change. You kind of make yourself feel good if you look at it that way. Oh man, I'd have spent that on potato chips, whatever. I'm just making up some crazy stuff in my mind, So you kind of make yourself feel better when you do that. But she said a lot, man. Please, 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 fellas, stop sending deposits. I need to break down this video because she said a lot that I wanted to get into. Let's go.
Here's some more helpful 304 advice when it comes to clients, okay? If the booking isn't scheduled within about like 8 messages or less or whatever, they're probably playing games. They shouldn't have any extra questions to ask. In my opinion, if they're asking if you do anything extra or whatever, or if they're trying to get at that, it should automatically be a no, because if they do that, they're probably doing that with everyone else. You know what I'm saying? There's no way to truly be sure or tell. Even if they have paperwork, what is the odds that they got tested and then didn't do anything at all until they came to you? Like, what are the freaking odds? Like, you know what I'm saying? It just sounds crazy.
She's talking about clients that ask for risky behavior, risky acts. They might, act, and you might, oh, I got paperwork. I went to the doctor. I can show my paperwork. I don't have anything. And sometimes, some clients ask for, bareback and BBBJ, bareback blowjobs, and they actually can present paperwork saying, hey, I don't have anything. Hey, look at my paperwork. But then she's basically saying something that's very smart. How do you know what he did from the time that he took the paper, went to the doctor, got the paperwork, and by the time he get it to you, a few days done passed. So you don't know what he done did in those few days. But to be honest with you, to be realistic with you, most of them, not all of them, most of them don't care nothing about the paperwork. They're going to do what they got to do for that money. Some of them do, some of them don't. Most of them do. Look, you talking that right money, they're going to do it. Forget all that she's saying.
So they're testing the waters there. Sometimes like, oh, I don't even want to book if you don't do that. Okay, like I'm on these male forums and stuff, right? They're like, oh, I could understand doing that, but not doing all the way without it. And I'm sitting here just like, what do you mean? The same stuff you can get up here, you can get down there too.
She's saying sometimes clients, sometimes the girls do covered fellatio. That. Sometimes girls do that covered. They don't do it bare. And she's basically, but the clients is like, if you can do, well, what about you? I understand not doing down there bare, but up there, you can do bare. There's nothing gonna happen. That's clients heads that don't have any. I'm trying to remain in the YouTube guidelines. It's so hard trying to find the right words, y'all. When y'all see me struggling like that, I'm struggling trying to find the right word because I'm a blunt, brutally honest person. So I be trying to find a word to replace, I guess what you would say, a more raw and uncut word. So, but because I'm a raw and uncut person, I give it to you from the hip. I shoot from the hip. But anyway, they're saying if you can, we understand not not doing it covered down there, but up here it's okay to do it covered. No, and then she's basically saying no. But again, I'll say this, then I'm gonna leave this alone. If that person won't do that, you can either go for it or B, find someone else. There's lots and lots and lots of them that do what you require. You just have to find the one that's right for you. But here's the fella's problem. Sometimes they look so good to where they don't want to pass them up and find somebody else. They want her to do it because she's the one that they're attracted to. But if that's the case, then you have to play by her rules. If you're that attracted to her, you got to play by her rules. Most of the times, let me tell you a little secret, fellas. Become a regular. Because most of the times when they're that strict with their rules, they tend to relax their rules as you become a regular. If you've seen her for, let's say, a year or two straight, maybe even longer, 3 or 4 years straight, those strict rules she had in the beginning, they usually loosen those rules up if you see them that long as a rep. But you got to be constant and consistently. You got to be constant and consistent. You just can't say, well, I've been seeing you 3 years, but you barely been seeing them 3 years. If you constant and consistent and seeing them as a regular for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, 6 year, 7 year, however many years, they tend to loosen their rules and not be as strict. So just know, first time client, second time client, third time client, yeah, you're going to get those little strict rules. Just know that.
I've already told you they do communicate with each other. So if they see that you do this service for somebody else, they're probably going to run around and tell the others, like, hey, she do it or whatever. If everyone starts asking her for it and we start lowballing her, she's going to go ahead and start lowering her rates. They do this all the time. They'll post one girl and be like, oh, anyone had her? Or, oh, she thinks that she's got golden cookies or whatever. You know what I mean? Like she's got golden Oreo cookies. So boom, they're going to start saying stuff like that. When they say stuff like that, they're going to be like, let's try to humble her or whatever. Like, they have this new thing where they're like, oh, no one do deposits, don't do deposits. Always get a deposit, because you got to get your hair, make it ready, you got to drive to them, or you got to sit there in that hotel and wait for them to come to you. If you sit there in that hotel and wait for them to come to you, they're taking a 20-minute drive. You could have been out on and out. You could have been out freestyling. You could have been taking some content, you could have been doing anything else. But no, you're waiting for this person. And of course, they're going to say traffic or something happened. They made it stop or whatever, as if your time doesn't matter. So then what I do is I'm like, okay.
If a person is in bad traffic, they run across bad traffic gets backed up. Maybe they had a car accident that had the traffic back up, or maybe it was just as a bit morning traffic, evening traffic, just a big busy time where traffic happens. That's out of that person's control. You shouldn't punish that person because of traffic. They can't help that. That's something that they just can't help. And basically at the end, she's basically saying punish them because of something they can't help. They can't help traffic. Maybe they have to stop and get gas or whatever. Maybe they had some type of vehicle breakdown or vehicle issue that they had to handle right quick. Things like that happen when you're a company. I mean, it's a machine. It happens like that in regular life. It happens like that when you're going or coming to a 304 visit. So you just gotta be a little bit more understanding when it comes to stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's what you signed up for. So if it's traffic, it's traffic. She's wrong for punishing guys because of traffic issues. And this is how, I'm glad she said that, because now you're about to see. Let's see what she says next. Now you're about to see how they get beat up and arguments happen, and then they have to wind up going and get a P. A P is a pimp. They call it a 16. A 16 is a pimp. This is how she's telling you what they do. Because, they always make it look like you just got some crazy guys out there just going crazy and this and that and the third, and they just doing crazy stuff by beating them up and all that stuff. No. 95% of the times, those guys click out it's because those girls did something first. And she just said one of those things right here. Watch.
Cool, we start the session or whatever, right? They got about 5 minutes left of their session. They go, what happened? Time's up. Yeah. You spent all your time. Like, you had me sitting here wasting my time. So now you don't get any time. Now they're all upset. And so that's why you just don't even risk it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't even risk it with them. If you have a...
You see? She started let's say if you paid for a half hour or you paid for an hour visit and traffic was bad, she's starting her time. She's starting your time from the time you was in traffic. You didn't even get there yet. So when you finally do get there yet after being in bad traffic, she gonna only give you 5 minutes instead of your full hour, your full half hour that you paid for. Or even if it's a quick visit, she's going to give you 5 minutes of that because of traffic, because you had her waiting. So those guys going to pay you for a quick visit. They're going to pay you for a half hour. A quick visit is 15 minutes to those of you who don't know. A half hour is self-explanatory and an hour is self-explanatory. And if they want more, 2 and 3, yeah, they pay for that. Self-explanatory. But if these guys paying you for 15 minutes and up, and when they arrive, you give them 5 because they was in traffic and they had you waiting, something that they can't help. After then, well, look, let me pay you for 5 then, if you're going to give me 5. No. This is how arguments happen, and this is how fights and all kind of drama happens in the lifestyle, by doing exactly what she just said. She's wrong. She's wrong. And they have women like her that do the same thing. You're wrong. It's not his fault that he was in bad traffic and it held him up. It took him a minute to get there. That's out of his control. You done drove in traffic before and was trying to get somewhere. And because of bad traffic, either you didn't make it on time or it was close. You made it on time, but it was a struggle to kind of get there because of traffic. Even you, the woman, you, and you watching all the 304's, regular people, men, women, we all have been in situations, when we're in bad traffic, and hey, that's life. And you shouldn't punish a person because they was in bad traffic. So you're going to punish that man, give him 5 minutes when he done paid for 15, when he done paid for 30 and paid for an hour. You're going to just give him 5 because he had you waiting over something that couldn't be helped, like traffic. You deserve your ass kicked. That's right. I said it. Ooh, I said it. And this is what makes them have to go get pimps. People don't understand why a woman gonna go out there and do all that and then go give all her money to a man, give all her money to a pimp, blah, 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 blah. She just said it. Because if you gonna play games like that, then you need to get you a man. You need to get you a pimp. You need to get your management. You need to get you a man of leisure. You need to get you a 16. You need to get you whatever other nickname it is for these doggone pimps. You need to get you one. A whole hustler. You need to get you one. A trafficker. You need to get you one. If you're going to play games like that, knowing these guys going to click the hell out on your ass. I'm going to arrive and you're going to give me 5 out of him after I done paid for 15? This is why they say they don't see AAs. African Americans, because the ones that's gonna the white guy or the Spanish guy or any guy of the race, they're just gonna take it as a loss. Black guys, mostly. Well, some other ones click out, but mostly black guys click out behind that stuff, playing games like that. So that's why you see most of them say they don't date AAs, because they're gonna play games like that, and AAs, African Americans, blacks, is not gonna put up with that. You're wrong. That's wrong. Bishop Don Juan said, if anybody don't know who Bishop Don Juan is, that is a legendary pimp from the 60s and 70s, and he's still going strong. He's a legend in the in this world, this 304 lifestyle world. He's a legend in his pill. But did Bishop Von Wine say he never had any major problems because he always played fair? He have had little hiccups here and there throughout the years, but he have never had anything major happen with him and his girls because they always played fair. And women like her, what she just said, is not playing fair. And this is why these guys click out and beat them up, and then now they have to go get security, aka a pimp, because of what she just said. That's not fair. That's not fair. That man couldn't help if he was in traffic. That can't be helped.
Deposit from them, I guarantee you 99% of the time they'll follow through.
The deposit is not what's making them follow through and not for follow through. I don't have nothing else to give or say to this subject. Look, I'm going to catch y'all on the next video. Y'all get down in them comments. Let me know what y'all think about her deposit thing and her giving guys 5 minutes when they pay for 15. Or giving guys 5 minutes when they pay for 30. Or giving guys 5 minutes when they pay for an hour. And she's going to give them 5 minutes all because they was in traffic, something that couldn't be helped. What do y'all think about that? Get down in those comments. Let me know what you think about that. Smash the like button. Let me know what you think about that. Y'all like this 304 content, this 304 lifestyle content, this 304 dating content? Come get your 304 medicine. I'm going to be posting more and more different 304s coming soon to this channel. Get down in those comments, smash the like button. Let me know what y'all think about what she just said. Even me. Let me know if you agree with me or disagree with me. Let me know. Get down in those comments. This is 304 Sweet Daddy. I'm out to the next video. Don't forget to check out my main channel, No Judge Zone, New Orleans street interviews, and I'm gone like what water.